Hello everyone and welcome to the portal to all things reading with me, Sophie. Today we are going to do my reading wrap up for what I read in June and for the books I read on holiday and what I thought. Some of these are going to be quite quick fire round for what I thought, and I will be looking at notes in between because, I can't keep all the information in my head. But I hope you enjoy and stay tuned. Hello, so we're going to carry on with our reading check-in. So I did do a video previously that was my mid-month check-in. So if you want to go and see some of the books I spoke about before, please go and check that video out, because I don't want to bore you by repeating myself and saying exactly the same as what I said in the previous video. But the books that I mentioned were The Front Runner, The Match and Maker Cafe, The Mannequins I should say, and The Valentine Express. So without further ado, I don't know how you're supposed to say that word, or that phrase, but we're going to get into what I read this month. So this is an overview of everything I read this month. I surprisingly, towards the end, I managed to read a lot more, which I don't know quite how. Honestly, I don't know how I did it, but I did go on holiday for a week, so I did manage to read quite a bit. And I found, just on a side note, reading on my phone was actually a lot easier than my Kindle. I don't know whether it's just the interface. I find it easier to read with a green background, so it could have been that. And I think it just in general was easier, and I could read a bit quicker. So I think I'm going to read more of creative campaign books on there, because I know I have a deadline, and then every other book I'll read on my Kindle. I think I'm going to do it that way. But yeah, let's get into it, shall we? So the next book I read was The Darling Daffodil Farm. I rated this 3 stars. I didn't love it. I know a lot of people who really, really liked it, but it was just kind of mid for me. I didn't get into it as much as what I wanted to, and that is fine. That's absolutely fine. But I think I just got a bit irritated with the plot line. There was a lot of just withholding of truths, which if they had just told the truth in the first place, it would have been absolutely fine, and probably the story would have gone in a different direction. But I think that was probably intentional, so that the story did go in that direction. But it just frustrated me, and I kind of got to a point where I was just eager to finish it, to be honest. But I will say the book is absolutely so pretty. There is a US cover and a UK cover, but I do actually love our cover more. But they are both nice in their own way. So the next book I read was this one. It was Why Do You Like Me? This was a creative campaign book. This was such a nice story. You go in with one thought, you come out with another, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's good for someone who wants a book where it's going to take you on a journey, and you're going to you're going to different places with these characters, and you just love them. It's just one of those feel good. It's nice. The story does move along quite nicely, so you're not kind of sat there filler content, you know what I mean? Fully recommend. Loved it, and the author's really nice as well. Next one was The Christmas Express. Now this one is the same author as The Valentine's Day Express that I read previously this month. She did reach out to me and say, once I did the review, because this is part of a creative campaign, she did ask if I wanted the next one, and obviously I said yes, because this couple I knew was going to be really good, and this was, out of the two, was my favourite. We had Dora, who is a woman in a man's field, effectively. She's an engineer. And then we have Adam, who, bless his heart, he's come back to help with the farm. He's doing his best and basically gets belittled by his father constantly, but he tries, and he's always thinking of other people rather than himself. And it was just one of those stories where it just moved nicely. It was an easy read, it was cute, and it was just nice. It was the feel-good feeling you want. And if you want a really nice Christmas read, honestly, 100% pick this one up. So I realised when I was editing this that I completely forgot to mention a book. This one. So the author of Why Do You Like Me messaged me and said that someone in her publishing company was looking for ARC readers, and she said, you know, if you want to, reach out. So I did. I read the blurb of the book and reached out, and she sent me the copy. This book is, do you know what? I didn't know what to think of it to start with, because it's one of those books where it's obviously like the past coming to the future. Our main character gets reincarnated, and it's basically so that she can meet her love again. That's, you know, to meet her love again. But because she's in the present day, everything's different. She has to try and find him and, you know, reignite their love, but it doesn't quite go to plan. And it does do the question of, you know, if you had a second chance at love, and like, would you do anything differently, and would it be different? And the answer is no, it wouldn't. But this was such a good read, and I read it in a day. It was that good. And yeah, if you haven't already, check it out. It comes out soon, and I think if you like mythology and you like almost like a love triangle romance, you're gonna like this, and you're gonna want to pick it up, and you're gonna want to devour this book effectively. But yeah, that I can't believe I forgot to mention this. So yeah, let's get back to the main content. Next one I read was Summer in Glenkeld. Now this is by Cara Lang. I've read all of her books. They are somewhere on my shelf over there. They are quick, easy reads. I think I read this in just a few days. I could have read this like in 24 hours, like, to be honest. I was gripped. And it was one of those stories where I think if you'd read it and didn't think deeper of it, you'd be like, oh, it's repeating a bit. But in the book, the town is just kind of one of those like menacing towns, and they were constantly interrupting them. So it's almost like they're starting again. But once they got together, it was so cute, it was so nice, and you were literally screaming finally at it. And yeah, again, it was just an easy read. This was another one of those books that was just an easy read, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. And Cara does write really good stories where you can imagine everything that is going on. Absolutely love. And you should go out and just all these people with these indie author books. So with like Mannequins, Valentine's Express and Christmas Express, Why Do You Like Me, Summer in Glenkeld, you should go and check out their Instagrams and, you know, follow them and follow their like book journey and like see what other books they have, because supporting indie authors is what we like to do. And the last book I read for this month was this book, Cocksucker. It's an MMM romance, and it's about two guys that they meet when they're in college. They share like a passionate kiss, and basically they're kind of polar opposites. So one is a jock, one is a nerd, and like he basically goes, you know, you're a jock, you're not gonna like me. He also overhears something, and it's kind of not what he thinks it is, because he doesn't stay for the whole conversation. And then years later, the nerdy one then becomes his personal assistant, and yeah, it goes from there. They still like each other. It's still the one that got away. It's second chance, and it's advertised as a book that's got miscommunication, but the miscommunication isn't actually bad. It's just the fact that one heard one thing, one heard the other, and then there's like a third act, but it's not really like a third act like breakup as such. It kind of is, but kind of isn't, you know what I mean? But this is only a novella. It's only 100 pages. I got through it in a day, and it's just, yeah, it's really nice. And just the spice is just chef's kiss. And yeah, that is up for our month. Let's count up how many we read. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I will say, that is more than what I thought I was going to get through. I have said here before that I have been having quite bad reading months, and it's just made me feel really down in the dumps, to be honest. And yeah, I think we're getting back to it. I think we're getting back to being, yeah, in a little reading era. But that is it from me. You'll see another video from me next week, more than likely wearing the exact same top, because I will be filming another one right after this to put up. But yeah, have a good day everyone, and I will see you in the next video.